Velma is continuing to get received poorly, with having an audience score on Rotten Tomatoes be at a 7%, and even seeing the critic score go back up to 55% from 50%, but still showing that the critics aren't enjoying it. Now, what made these scores go this slow? Well, I'll show you some clips because it seems like no one's actually showing clips of how terrible the show is, but rather talking on how terrible the show is. But before that, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't, and also like the video. So, our first clip, it is essentially showing Shaggy as a simp for Velma, who is continuously shut down Shaggy. And they also butchered Shaggy, but Shaggy is no longer Shaggy. He's a completely different race and is now also called Norville. I'll show you this clip, or part of it, and then I'll give you my thoughts.
Velma, there you are.
Norville? What the hell?
You didn't answer my VMs, voicemails. And then my dad heard me call you the B word, so I lost my phone for 24 hours. But I had to find you because I still don't know if you listened to my VMs, voicemails, let alone responded. Did you?
Yes, and I don't want to do our math homework together. Just email me your answers like always.
Yes, of course. Though I left you some other VMs, voicemails.
I know what VMs are. Get to the point.
I already did. In my VMs. Velma, it's Norville from Math. I know who killed Brenda.
Oh my god, who?
I left you 6 more VMs.
I feel like Shaggy's the one who's doing all the work on the cases and is ending up giving it to Velma because of how delusional he is and thinking that she likes him or trying to get her. And then she's often, at the end, the one to take credit for solving the case, even though it's probably Shaggy's doing. And we're also seeing Velma here being more dominant by literally commanding Shaggy to send over the homework answers via email like they've always been doing, and Shaggy just continuously accepting everything that she's been saying. And the show is also at fault with having scenes that no one knows what is going on and makes no damn sense, such as this scene right here.
No, it's not.
I have so many damn questions. Why on earth was there weapons in a school settings just sitting right there with these like swords, where a sword would come out of that thing that once Fred threw and chop off someone's leg? I have no clue, and it seems that Fred wasn't even aiming towards the person that was actually throwing it towards Velma. And we're also seeing Fred here getting represented as a white male who is toxic, rude, and stupid. It referring to the average white male in today's society. And it continues to get worse, and this is probably one of the stupidest decisions that I've ever seen because it has ruined many childhoods. And that was pretty much having Velma and Daphne, who is a drug seller, make out.
Did that work?
Yeah.
Did that work? Yeah, it worked in ruining many people's childhoods. Having these two beloved characters from the original Scooby Doo series were just friends, especially with the whole crew. Everyone was such a tight, knitted friend group who had a strong bond. But yet, now we're starting to see two of the main characters having some sort of romantic involvement. And it doesn't show you, but Shaggy's over here watching them from a distance like a creep, making out. And I bet he'll still try to get Velma because of how much of a simp he is and still try to satisfy her. And then we have this last scene, which I'm not going to be able to show you, but essentially, you have Daphne, who is naked in a shower with 20 other girls, and have Velma come in, and they essentially have a fight where Velma throws Daphne across the room and almost kills her. And yet, they end up making out in that scene I showed you prior to this. And this is why the show is going absolutely terrible, because they aren't trying to appease the original fan base, which is what made Scooby Doo Scooby Doo. They, for God's sake, took out Shaggy and Scooby Doo, which are two of the most beloved characters of the franchise, and what possibly made that franchise that franchise. But apparently they haven't learned and are still, even in the jokes that they're implementing in the show, often are revolved around real-world controversies such as the Me Too movement or making fun of people, which we've seen time and time again that people that do shows and movies often receive backlash for it and often see their movies or shows do terrible because of that. Anyways, I'd like to hear your guys' thoughts on this. If you guys enjoyed, please don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, share, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Bye-bye.